What's up, Pokemon battlers? Greek Snorlax back with another Wi-Fi battle versus Thlowe. This one's going to be pretty fast, and there's my fingers. I lead with my Gyarados, and he leads with his Gengar, and I switch, because Thunderbolt, right? But he sets up a sub, and I'm like, crap, this is going to be a problem. So I go out in my Swampert, and he Pain Splits, and, does pretty good damage. I go for the Ice Beam to break the sub, but not until he Focus Blasts me. And of course, I get the special defense drop. So now he has a broken sub, and I have a Swampert that will die to his next Shadow Ball / Focus Blast. So I go out into my Dusclops, Dusknoir, but he subs, and I Nightshade, try to break it. And he's just going to keep subbing, and I'm going to keep Nightshading. And here's where I go for the Snatch, but he doesn't sub, he Shadow Balls instead. So, screw that. So now I'm down to 94. Or 112 with leftovers. Go out into Isis, take the Shadow Ball, except he Pain Splitted, which is like, oh crapola. So, yeah. And he subs. I wish. Get some lefties. I go out into Charon to take the Focus Blast, but it doesn't affect him. So, make some good predictions already. And now I'm back up to almost full. Go back out into Isis to take the Shadow Ball. And now I'm going to Protect to take the Focus Blast. So, yep, get my lefties. Woohoo. He goes for the Shadow Ball, thinking I'm going to switch again, but I don't. So, yep, I'm going to Protect, and I'm going to take this Wish myself. And that protected me from his Pain Split. I'm going to go out into Poseidon, and he's going to Pain Split, and it's going to give me HP, not him. But now I'm going to switch back out to Isis to take the Shadow Ball, and that he finally causes his Gengar to switch, and he goes out into a Heracross, and I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely not leaving in my Blissey to take whatever he's going for. But he goes for Stone Edge, and I'm like, good thing this is a bulky Gyara, or I'd be dead right now. But thanks to Wish, I'm back up, and I don't know what he was thinking. He didn't go for another Stone Edge here. He switched, but so did I. And I don't know, maybe I was thinking I could set up some spikes or something on his Ferretris, but again, I take the Focus Blast. Now I'm going to take a Shadow Ball, and yeah, back to about where it got me last time. I'm going to Nightshade. Now, he's going to expect me to switch here, and I knew that. So he Pain Splits, and I Nightshade for the kill on Gengar, and I'm like, yes, finally. So he goes out into his Blissey, and it sets up rocks as I Pain Split the Blissey. And I don't know, he probably didn't know I was carrying Pain Split, so yeah, that did a lot. Now I go out into my Ferretris, Aegis, to take the Thunder Wave and hopefully set up some spikes as he switches. Toxic spikes are up, he's burned. I think I'm going to stay in here because, this is a physical wall, right? So, but close combat does a crap load. And, of course, I get FP'd, so I can't set up my next layer of toxic spikes. But I withdraw Aegis, go back out to Charon to take the close combat that doesn't affect me. Here he withdraws, he goes out and does Porygon Z to take my Nightshade, which, of course, doesn't affect it. And, yeah. I kind of love stall play. It's so fun. But anyway, Dark Pulse. Blech. Blissey's like a mother of all sponges, so he goes out and do his Heracross. I wish. Blah, blah, blah. He's hurt by his burn. I get my lefties. He withdraws it. Goes out into his Dragonite, and I'm like, yes! Because I blind switched into Poseidon, and I didn't know he was going out to Dragonite. So he's going to go for the extreme speed here, and yeah, quarter of my health, and I'm going to go for the Ice Beam, which takes about half of his. Sorry about the freeze hacks, crit happens, I guess, sorry. But he's frozen solid, I Ice Beam, and that ends his Dragonite. So, lefties again. He goes out and do his Blissey, which promptly gets poisoned, soft boils it up. So now, yep, back to full health. I set up rocks, taking the opportunity. And now I think I'm just going to go for a straight-up Earthquake as he S-tosses, which I'll be able to take like 5 of. So, yeah. So, I think he withdraws. Nope, he Seismic tosses again. I go for the EQ. which, is doing really good damage because this guy isn't even EV'd an attack, and poison finishes off his Blissey. So now I'm just a little bit above half health. He goes out into his Mamoswine, which is also promptly poisoned. He goes for an Earthquake, and thankfully there's a defensive Swampert. I pull out that thing, it gets hurt by its burn. I don't know what, maybe he was expecting me to switch or something, but he Stone Edges, and it leaves me with 6, and I probably should have Earthquake, but I roared instead. So I pulled the Porygon Z out, and Porygon Z is going to finish me with Dark Pulse. So, yep, Poseidon did his job. Now I'm out into Isis to wall this Porygon Z, and he Tri-attacks, which with adaptability should do quite a lot, even though I'm a Special Sponge. And I S-Toss, and he gets a Salac boost, but he's hurt by poison, so he's dead. And yeah. So, out into his Mamoswine, and I'm like, I'm not leaving my Blissey. Oh, wait, I did leave my Blissey on a Mamoswine. Maybe I was like, yeah, I S-tossed, and I took the Stone Edge, but now he goes for the EQ, realizing I'm probably not going to switch. So, that takes out my Blissey. Yeah. And now I think I go out into my Jolteon, who he Ice Shards, and, it's a good attack, but it's not that strong. I Shadow Ball, and bam, done. That thing comes out, and Shadow Ball, done. Don't worry, guys, I won't be using this team again. I came out with a new one, and it's pretty beast, and you'll see it next video. So, yeah.